much longer where he was all kinds of not okay with being the alive thing. So that was really great, and none of my friends wanted to go. But the upside is that the chaperone who went had grown up in Italy, so she spoke Italian, and she was able to tell me everything that was going on because I stuck with her, which was really cool. Do I remember what he said? No, it was a bunch of stuff about like Jesus and yay and all this other stuff. But it actually wasn't Pope John Paul II who was saying anything because he was so sick. He did come to the window and wave and bless us all, which was nice. But yeah, it was really cool. Like I went all through Italy. I went to Genoa. I went to Florence, which is where we spent a lot of our time, and that was personally my favorite place because partially it was just how much time we spent there, and also it was beautiful. We stayed someplace on Lake Como, and that's right where we went to. We got off our plane, and we hit a huge traffic jam trying to get to where we were going. So when we got to this town, and I don't remember the name of it because it was almost 10 years ago because I'm 1,000 years old. We got there, it was dark, we couldn't see anything, and so we had dinner and we had to wake up just when the sun was getting up, and we were all like jet lagged and stuff like that, and we all woke up and we were late for everything because when we woke up, we're in this little Italian town, we're on Lake Como, and Como's surrounded by mountains, so we've got this beautiful sunrise coming up, so it's all those sunrise colors in the sky, and pink, orange, blue, like a little bit of blue, like just those fiery colors, and all the mountains are black, and then it's all reflected on top of the lake. So we were all out on the tiny balconies that were on at our hotel taking pictures of that for like 20 minutes, and we got super yelled at, but it was awesome. And then when we were in Genoa or wherever Romeo and Juliet takes place, we saw Romeo and Juliet balcony, but we were there too early, so we couldn't go in and see it. But the whole gate outside of the balcony is there's notes all over it for couples who go there and like declare their love. And I have a lot of historical and literary opinions on Romeo and Juliet, but it was really cool to be there at the balcony. Florence was amazing, and we got to hang out there like by ourselves, take free time. I went to Venice, and we got kind of lost, and nobody trusted me to get back to where we were going. I can eventually find my way back to wherever I'm going from wherever I am at any time. People need to trust me a little bit more. But it's beautiful there. It's as beautiful as you'd expect. Every time you hit a dead end, it's like still a thrill because you hit a dead end and it's fucking water and not a street. So that's some fucking magical bullshit. By the time we got to Rome, I was really tired because we were there for like 14 or 16 days or something like that. So I was just super, super, super sleepy. But we went to the Colosseum, and obviously, and I don't know if anybody else who's watching this, aka Nikki, knows this, but for a while Italy had a serious cat problem. And it was something that my mom told me about before I went there, and I got really excited because I super love animals, especially cats. But they started fixing it with like a trap, spay, neuter, release program. But there was a cat sanctuary, and by cat sanctuary I mean beautiful old Roman, like ancient Roman, what do you call it? I am drunk enough to not like know what you call it. Ruins that they separated, and the cats can just go in there. So one of my super magical like cry moments was I went down the steps into the sanctuary, and there was a cat on the stairs, and I kneeled down, like crouched down to like pet that cat, and another cat jumped into my lap, and I was like, I'm surrounded by cats, I want to keep all of them. Can we have every cat? Can I just bring home like 50 cats? We didn't bring home any cats, so it was a super disappointment, but whatever, it was awesome. So that was a really great holiday. And then the other time I went out of the country I went to Ireland with my mom, and we were called the dueling Kathleens because we like bicker, and we actually got along really well. Like my mom and I can fight like and be really nasty to each other, but we were called the dueling Kathleens, and I got made fun of because anytime I saw any kind of animal, I announced it. like a child, but that's fine. I have other good qualities. But the thing about Ireland is when I was there, like, we were in Dublin, and 20 minutes outside of Dublin, a national city, there was fucking sheep and cows and shit. Like, how could I not be like, oh my god, a sheep! Oh my god, cows! That's so exciting! I didn't grow up with sheep and cows. Every time I see them, it's exciting. Leave me alone, assholes. But I had a great time, and I could drink a lot then. Even though the first day that we were there, we went straight into Dublin, and I burned my mouth like really bad on some food, and my mom didn't believe me, and I got back and went to the dentist like 3 months after I had gotten back, and they like were, I don't know, doing whatever dentists do, and they were like, did you burn your mouth? Because I see something here. And I was like, yeah, I did, and it hurt like a bitch, and it ruined my whole trip. It didn't ruin my whole trip. It was awesome. It was really great. I met my future husband when I had gone taken time off of work, which was totally fine. I had written down like, Kathleen is taking these days off of work and she will be back this date unless she meets an Irishman and agrees to like marry him and have children with him. Like, that was on the note. Obviously that was a joke. And the last day I was there, I was back in Dublin because we did kind of a loop of the bottom area. And we were back, and I saw some children running around the streets of Dublin, and naturally, because I'm no fun, I was like, those children should be supervised. This is really terrible, blah, blah, blah. I was like yelling about something and how upset I was. And some redheaded Irish dude, because you can't tell, but my hair is actually red. It's just really, that lighting's bad, and my hair is really greasy, which I will readily admit. Some Irish dude, I was like, where are you from? And I was like, I'm from America. Oh my god, hi. And it turned a wibbling mess, and it was literally the last day we were there, and I had to get back to the hotel, like, literally had to at that time, and he was like, do you want to come see the football match with my mates? And I was like, I do, and I super want to breed with you. That's all I ever wanted, and I had to leave. So my whole life was ruined by having to get on a plane the next day. But that was really fun. I saw a lot of beautiful stuff. Ireland is obscenely gorgeous. It's just all green, like, which sounds really stereotypical, but I grew up in Massachusetts, which is currently all white, but I've lived in suburban or urban environments, and just immediately right out, it's just not like that, and it's so gorgeous and verdant. And Ireland has palm trees, which was really baffling, and they are imports, because eventually I like reached up the courage to ask. I was like, the fuck is with all the palm trees we're seeing? But the weather in Ireland is warm enough and wet enough that palm trees grow, so people have palm trees, which was really super baffling. Which, okay, this video is like 14 minutes, so I don't even know if it's going to be able to go on YouTube, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. So I'll just move on to how much I love Ash and Nikki. I do love Ash and Nikki, like, a lot. Hashtag sister wives. I tried to do hashtags with my fingers, but I can't hold my phone and do a hashtag at the same time. Ash and Nikki are both beautiful and very sweet girls, even though Ash and I are very much the opposite people in our opinions on 99% of all things. But me and Ash and Nikki are all luscious, which means I'm gonna drink. I'd pour one out for my homies, but that's a waste of wine, so I'll just drink some for them. And like, I talk to them almost every day, and it's a delight, and I love both of them to levels I can't express. And my mom makes fun of whenever I'm reading emails from them at work rather than working. People are like, no, what are you smiling at? Are you texting somebody you like? And I was like, shut up, you don't even know what I'm talking about. No, because I can't say who I'm really texting or why they're making me smile. So I'm like, yeah, totally, it's a girl or a boy. Just keep on thinking what you're thinking. But it's just Ash and Nikki. And by just Ash and Nikki, I mean, it's Ash and Nikki and I love them. Nikki's gonna come visit soon with Nat, who I've met. I've met Nat, and she's a delight and a half. No, she's 2.5 delights at the very least. And I'm sure Nikki will also be 2.5 delights. And me and Nikki will be super delighted with her accents. Okay, this video has gotten really long. I have not spoken with a Boston accent at all. You might be able to tell if you're American that maybe I'm from New England at all, but I don't really have an accent to begin with. Okay, bye.